Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Star Shadow Plays. I was Rob, aka Star Shadow, and we're here with Cyberknight's Flashpoint release day. You can see here version 2.0.5 is the release for this. I figure we got some new stuff to look at. Let's just get in and show off the very beginning as a celebration here. Nothing new this week, but let's see what we got here. I'm actually going to turn off my camera for this part, so give me just a second here. By the 23rd century, there are only 112 cities left. It's been 40 years since the eco collapse, 70 since we Q-bombed the last artificial consciousness to death. Now, world storms have settled to a record low, and they tell us that peak nano fallout has passed. They say things will get better now, but who believes anything that comes from the megacorps? Anyone who can hope to afford a better life off-world is trying to get on an orbital or out to the colonies. That's why we're all here, working the shadows as mercenaries. We want something better too. We're just street-level operators, but not for much longer. You're about to get a Cyberknight's computer spliced into your spine. It's illegal. It's dangerous. It will change everything. The Megacorps created Cyberknights as the first quantum-secure data couriers. Soon, the Corps adapted their cybernetic implants to fight their quiet wars of espionage, sabotage, and murder. These upgraded Cyberknight Quantum Riders offered unparalleled processing, coordination, and Q warfare capabilities. But after a few decades, hundreds of knights had deserted or gone rogue. The Corps outlawed their kind and started hunting them. Surviving knights became the world's elite shadow operators for hire. You're about to get one of those implants. We're about to step up into a whole new game. If we build the right team and back the right power players, we could earn enough to buy a reset for the rest of our lives, Choppa. It won't be easy. Who knows what we might get mixed up in? Probably secrets the syndicates or megacorps would kill for. But this is our chance. Let's do this. Boom. And we've shown this off previously in an interlude in the series where we talked about the new version of what they're calling Cyberknights version 2, where we get to actually have a lot of say into how we build our Cyberknights. So if you're interested in that, you can find that video where we talk about different backgrounds and such. This was from a few months ago, so actually probably more than that at this point, but I think still very much makes sense as to, or is still relevant to what we show here. So I'm just going to pick random stuff because this part does not matter. We've seen a lot of this. Boom. I assigned some attributes already because I was looking through it. And here, one thing to show off is we have some new stuff here, but some new faces, but the new hair is here. You can see it and it looks really nice. It's got two tones to it as well, so you'll be able to make some cool changes. So go out there and pick from a variety of hairstyles and pick your colors. I think that would be cool. That's gonna be cool. So get in there, select it, options, you can pick your colors and do what you want to do here. So with that, we would then go into our team. There's also Legacy for those of you who enjoy that as well. But here's the new splash here as we build our mercenary company. You can see our Cyberknight in the middle. And we have options here. One of the newest things brought in for full release was options for your face, who is your front person who deals with contacts and all of that. They have their own special attributes So you have your default, a good solid pick to begin with. You can see they each have their own different traits. So we have traits that affect attributes and some of these things here, and then also traits that are story hooks. So you see we got 3 here. We have a new option here, Midnight. It's the default, who is very strong in persuasion. You can see that increases legwork chance and mission payments with the talent deal maker, and has their own different traits here and new tags to go with. So we have a gambler and past debt, so that could be some interesting story hooks for the story generator to play with. We also have, lastly, the new option of Haze, who is pro at handling. It has her own, of course, traits, background traits, and has some interesting tags as well, such as the ambitious tag, which could play into things very interestingly, and burnt out cyberware. So some new options there for people to mess with here. This is the default, a good choice if you're just starting out, but for some of us veterans, you might want to take a look at some of these others. We also have, for full release, a new option for your hacker. Normally we just have the one, or not normally, but before we would only just have the one option. You have to have a hacker because you do a lot of hacking, and there is missions that are specifically for hackers. So now though, you have a choice. We used to just have Dade, who's a solid choice, but now we have a Remy as a choice as well, a ghosted black hat. So go ahead and pick your option here. Looks like one is maybe a little bit more combat oriented, with the ability to ignore one recoil. Could be pretty decent in a fight. Well, let's not say decent, but probably can hold their own in a fight at least. While we have Remy, who's more of stealthy, jamming security devices. Very good. So got some options here. We also have options. This is our stealthy fighter-ish. You have your regular option, which is Vanguard, a very stealthy option for people. And then we have a more offensively oriented stealthy fighter in the Agent X, which is a class that was added, I want to say recently, but one of the newer ones that was added during early access. So if you are more of an offensive bent, you may want to look at the Agent X option. But if you want to go around, sneak around, take out security devices, and try and accomplish missions without being seen, Vanguard's a good pick. Then this is your brute fighter. You have two different soldiers to pick from. You can choose the one that seems to fit your playstyle. And then you have an option for a gunslinger as well, which is a more offensive version, not as good defensively. So options again, but yeah, soldiers. We see soldiers. In my playthrough, we already have two. So I might even go towards trying out the gunslinger in my initial next time. And lastly, we have your long range. Oh, these are your specialties actually. You have the option. Default option is Cyber Sword, who is just plain cool. Come on, uses a sword. How can you hate that? With some interesting traits and tags to possibly come in the future, some storylines. But if you're looking for someone a little bit more rangy, you have your sniper to choose from, and also the more interesting-ish specialist to Scourge, who I am on the road to actually finally getting one very soon, so I'll be interested to see how they play. but they have some interesting abilities that revolve around nanomachines, in which case you can do some cool things with disposing of bodies and using the nanomachines offensively and defensively. So for those, probably not a first time play, but for some of the veterans, I'm sure, are interested in coming out strong with a Scourge. And then once you have your team, you have here another surprise for full release here. You have your starting origin story. All throughout early access, we had access to only one origin story, which was the Syndicate Debts story, which has been fleshed out within the past couple months. So first time through, definitely do this one. But now for the veterans, and for those who want to try something different, we have a new one called the Null Deal. After you, the lead of a street-level mercenary company, mysteriously disappear, it is up to your team's face and friends to track you down. When the trail leads to a black site biolab clinic, things get dicey. It seems you've undergone some major spinal surgery and gained a Cybernite Quantum Rider, elevating your squad to power players in the process. Now, if only you could remember what deal you cut to get it. Sounds like an interesting one, and yeah, I don't know anything about it, so this will be exciting when we get a chance to do it. But yes, if you're new, definitely go with this one first. I think this is a good lead in to how things go. But then you can select your difficulty. Of course, you can change it at any time, pick what you want, play it how you want. Go in, customize it once you start getting into it. Start at normal, start at easy, start at hard, whatever you want to. Then start adjusting. This is the great thing about Trese Brothers games. They give you unparalleled amounts of customization for your difficulty level. If you find a certain piece of gameplay not as fun, turn that down so it's not as impactful on your gameplay. Something... are you really enjoying the strategy fight? Do you want to make those harder? Sure, up that, and then maybe lower other things that you aren't as interested in. You have all kinds of customization options to get the gameplay to be how you want it. So, and if it becomes too easy, make it harder. Becomes too hard, make it easy. You are in control. Play it how you want to. Go out there and have fun with the game. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Don't let anyone shame you how you play the game. Play it how you want to. So remember, difficulty can be adjusted any time. Actually, I'm not sure if it can be adjusted like mid-mission, but any other time. And then start with your tutorial, have your safe house tutorial, have your matrix tutorial, so that you see it your first time through. And if you don't need it, uncheck it, and then you're good to go. So that is early, or this is full release. We're out. We have everything. Oh, let me turn my camera back on. Boom. So yes, we're at full release. It's very exciting. We're going to continue our run from starting early access because I don't have time to start a new run and try to catch up, especially with all of the stuff going down in my life. But all of the new stuff that comes out will be compatible with your saved game, so don't worry about missing out on anything that will be added in full release. Everything will be save compatible, so go out there and have fun, and don't worry that you have to constantly be restarting in order to take advantage of some of the cool stuff that's there. That's one of the great things. And Trese Brothers love to update their game, love to keep up with new stuff. Previous game, Star Traders Frontiers, has had updates for how many years now? 5, 6 years? And they're still adding more stuff to it. You can bet your backside that they're going to keep doing it with this game as well. So even what you see now will be drastically different well, maybe not drastically different, but there will be a ton of stuff added in 2 years, 3 years, and you'll be able to enjoy so much more stuff. So you can always come back and play again and have a new experience. So I just want y'all to go out there and have some fun. I wanted to show y'all, if you haven't seen it yet, some of the new stuff that just came out for release, and just put out something to celebrate. So go out there and play the game. I'm Star Shadow. Hopefully y'all are doing well out there. Stay well, stay safe, stay good, stay healthy. Check out the videos that I got. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff there. And I will catch y'all next time. Have fun. Be good. Adios for now, everybody.